Hey everyone, it's Derek Boyko back for DraftMagic.com with my buddy Lance here.
How's it going, everybody?
So we are doing a M13 pre-release draft, which is Swiss. So enjoy our very little amount of packs here. But we have a fairly mediocre pack with
With
a pretty sweet rare.
with a Krenko Malbus, which I have the personal experience of having that card, and it is way better than even some people think.
So I think we're just taking Krenko. Other
Yep.
than Krenko, the choices are actually Furnace Whelp, which is a dragon,
Mhm.
and not a bad one at that actually. Deadly Recluse, actually, and
Mm.
then it pretty
This
much dies off
Yeah,
after
this set
that.
the Krenko's command might wield to us in this pack because I mean I could see Furnace Whelp, War Priest, Water Cursor, Deadly Recluse, Blade Boar, Spike Bailoff perhaps. So I believe that we might get a wheel back.
So yeah, the pick here is obviously Clock of Omens.
Yeah. Psych.
But the
Psych.
real pick here,
Is
I actually really like Liliana
I
Shade.
do like I said, that puts us very strictly into two colors here.
It does, but we're not necessarily married to this
Just
Krenko either.
but Ring Exathrid is actually very good, especially to protect a card like Krenko,
The
the
regenerating one, yeah.
regenerate equipment.
This is much better if you're in color, obviously, though. So I don't really like this
So yeah,
type of card
divination
otherwise.
is always solid, but I mean the other cards in this pack are. It looks like the guy before us took an uncommon.
Yeah.
Um, I mean to
Um.
leave it a little more open, I think the ring is a pick. I mean otherwise, Liliana Shade is okay. I mean, I don't know if starting a draft with two double colored four drops is the way you want to go.
I think it's probably the most powerful card in the pack, though.
But
I mean, we could just take a Crippling Blight
like,
instead, but I
yeah,
feel like this is the most powerful card in the
but
pack.
yeah, I think we. I don't know. That's tough.
I'm just gonna go with my
Yeah,
gut
okay,
here.
that's okay. Yeah,
I don't know if there's necessarily a right or wrong pick in that pack,
Mhm.
so. This
All right.
is also not very
Cheers.
interesting. Veilborn Ghoul is actually very good in that type of deck. It's basically the Abyss every turn, but does obviously take a lot of mana requirements, and it
Yeah.
doesn't block very well.
Yeah. Also, I mean, Welkin turn's good. It's aggressive. But this pack is fairly weak as itself. Should Divination would have been a good pick here,
Shut up.
unless we want to Farseek and play to a little more aggressive green red deck here, or it could be an aggressive green black deck at the same time.
I'm not totally against taking Farseek. I think Veilborn Ghoul is actually very good. From what I've played of it, it seems very strong.
Yeah, it's good. That could be possible. Yeah, I mean,
I think I'm okay taking that. We could easily take Farseek here, but it's just not that exciting to me. And the bad packs keep coming. So
Goblin Arsonist is actually a real pick here. With it's actually a good could be a good 2-for-1 card.
Otherwise, like there's some decent white cards too,
but Captain's these packs have not been impressive. Yeah, I would Goblin Arsonist is going to be the best card here for us.
All right, sure, I'm okay with that. Not too much else to think about.
I think we do want to try to revolve our deck around Krenko a little bit because he is that good. Arms dealer is
this card is so
slapstick.
Good.
Grab that one because
I mean, there's an Essence Drain and another Arsonist.
Arms dealer is definitely where you want to be with a Krenko in your deck already. So,
Sign and Blood.
There's
another Spectre, but
another Spectre.
Fire Elemental's not terrible either, but I don't know if we necessarily need it right now. Anyway,
I don't know.
This is going to be hard to cast in our deck, I think, though, right away. Yeah,
I'm trying to think how heavy.
I think we want to be heavy red if we're going Krenko regardless, but I think we just take Fire Elemental.
But I think Sign and Blood is a good pick here too. I think this is going to be a little more grindy of a deck.
Yeah.
With Arms Dealer and Krenko and the Veilborn Ghoul type of thing. So I think Sign and Blood is probably the pick here.
I think that's okay too.
Yep. Card advantage is never bad.
We have a choice at a third shade.
Actually, Bloodthorn Vampire is going to be very good with Krenko.
Yeah, that's fair.
Evolving Wild's also a reasonable pick here, but I think Bloodthorn Vampire is, especially with our type of deck, especially with Goblin Arsonist in there already. There's a lot of synergy.
There's our fourth shade we could add. Yeah. I guess Ravenous Rats.
Yes,
we could just take another shade.
That's reasonable. It's also reasonable with Bloodthorn Vampire too in the deck. It's also Evolving Wilds is pretty good.
Yeah, we could take Evolving Wilds. We do have double red, double black.
Unless we want to play, I mean, I think Evolving Wilds is probably the pick here. Ravenous Rats is actually going to be pretty good in this type of deck, but we'll have an opportunity to pick up another Ravenous Rats if we if we really want to.
They tend to wheel anyway, from what I've seen.
I mean,
so.
Now Goblin Battle Jester. That seems.
Yep.
Kind of exactly
better duress, I guess.
Yeah, but Goblin Battle Jester
fits the deck a little better.
Yep.
We have a Reckless Brute. Which we could be more aggressive.
Trumpet Blast actually with Krenko might be an actual real card.
I think we can pick that up.
I don't play. Yeah, we can. But I mean, all these other cards are pretty underwhelming.
I don't know. Clock of Omens wheel. I think I want the Reckless Brute actually.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna fit our deck a little better. So I mean, it still works with a Bloodthorn Vampire too, because you can just sack it if you really if it's gonna die. Here we have a sideboard Volcanic Strength, maybe main deck actually, but right now it looks like sideboard.
Yeah, that could.
Otherwise, there's a bunch of big toughness fatties, but
yeah, that could be. Yeah, Volcanic Strength is. I mean, there's nothing really.
If there's a card that can make my sideboard, I'll take that over. Hating some random card.
If at the least it tells everybody that there are no red cards available.
Yeah, that's fair too. So far we have a bunch of good goblins and some mediocre black cards. We could add like 10 shades if we wanted.
Yeah.
The super shade deck. That's interesting.
These cards are Battleflight Eagle is okay, but I mean, just we're looking at cards that we don't possibly want other people to play, and I think since we're chump blocking a lot, that with Krenko, I think we want to take the Battleflight Eagle. That's a way the green-white decks will tend to force in a lot of damage.
You can have your Vigils.
You can have Oh, we have War Clan Mastiffs on the prowl.
Alright, so not a terrible first pack. Not a lot of red until later, though. But there's a little bit of red here.
Yep. The red, we might actually wheel a bunch of red cards here if it was getting.
The Krenko command did get.
I have a hard time believing that there's a lot of people and there's a Mutilate.
That does not seem very good in our deck.
But doesn't seem good. But
I think we want Bloodhunter bad actually.
Well, okay, let's.
No, this is. Don't get me wrong. This is a powerful card. I just don't like it in this deck.
I don't know, but I think you're looking at cards like Liliana Shade. You're looking at cards like Bloodthorn Vampire that can survive it. You're looking at Velborn who's coming back from it. I think it's actually a real. I think that's. It depends. I think it's actually.
It's really close.
Yeah, I think that's a real card. I think, and if at worst it bails us out in a tough spot, you know what I mean. It'll bail you out in a tough spot. But yeah, I think it's. I mean, it's definitely 3 times the power level of Bloodhunter Bat. But so I think it's just to have it the option available of playing that card is.
I generally just don't think Wraths are all that good in limited, but. Yeah, I can see it. No, they're fine and limited. Don't get me wrong.
But I think
they're not like it's hard to build a deck that can actually utilize.
I think Mutilate. I think we have enough here where I think it's enough. Like if we have Krenko in play and it's doing its thing, that we
don't mind Duty Bound Dead. This guy's okay.
Now we're just
Furnace Whelp.
See, this is tough. If we do have Mutilate, we possibly playing.
I think we just want some aggressive card.
I think
I don't really think this is what
we don't because we're going to be needing a lot of red for Furnace Whelp and Dragon Hatchling, and if we're going to be playing Mutilate, I think we're going to be more heavy on the black side than the red side. With the reds are going to be mostly Goblin cards, and the black will be the kind of the core. But I think
I don't mind taking Duty Bound Dead over Corpse too. So.
They're both. I find them both about the same. But yeah, the Duty Bound Dead might be okay.
I think that's the choice here. I don't really like the Dragon Hatchling much in an aggro deck. I think it's a lot better in the late game than obviously in the early game.
Yeah, I played that
because it's just a welcome turn that takes up your turn to use. Yeah, basically.
So but I think Duty Bound Dead is probably an okay pick here.
Yeah. Fervor is sweet with Krenko.
Fervor is pretty sweet with Krenko actually.
But I think we're taking it.
Actually, no, I think Fervor is actually.
This is gonna wheel, man. There's no reason to take this now.
You think so?
It's going to wheel. There's absolutely no reason this is not going to.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's
Bloodhunter back, Pack Leader, Sign in Blood, Boar. There's tons of good cards here.
Pack Leader.
I think we're taking Bloodhunter Bat, though, out of these.
Yeah, you might be right that Fervor might wheel. So, yeah, Bloodhunter Bat seems like it's an okay pick. Yeah.
The cards people are going to be picking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we just need one other random card, like Divine Fog, Disentomb, Mind Sculpt.
That's very
Rummaging Goblin. Someone's gonna take these cards.
That's possible.
Is gonna wheel,
That's possible. Yeah. So yeah, Bloodhunter Bat is a good card.
Krenko's Command, but Public Execution. I think
what a pack
is absolutely nuts. This card's really good in deck too.
It's
This card is almost
Yeah,
unbeatable.
public
at times.
execution's where you want to be, but yeah, it's that is a really we've had four.
Hopefully, we get one of these 4
we've
cards
had
to wheel.
really mediocre packs, and then
Because yeah, I mean, we'll take any one of
that's
these
a
4
bunch
for
of
sure.
good cards. Yeah, but public execution, I think we don't have any
But,
removal
Primal
spells.
Clay is a card I've never been excited about. I've actually just taken it out of my sealed deck
Yeah.
altogether now.
Yeah, I'm not.
After I tried it, it's just way too low power
Yeah, I think
in any of the modes. But
yeah, I think it's actually close between execution and Muckwhacker, but execution's a better card, I think here.
yeah, I'm okay with that. This
Yeah.
card is such a blowout. Krenko's Command or another Vampire. I think we want the Command.
Yeah, I think we do want the Command here. Command is going to be a very good card in our deck.
So, or Essence Drain.
Essence Drain is definitely the pick here, even though Blade Test Spore is going to be a good card.
I think we have enough 4-drops.
Yeah, but 4-drops is getting heavy. Essence Drain is just going to be another removal spell.
Yeah,
that are pretty short in this format.
Crippling Blight
is
versus a bunch of nothing.
Yeah, Crippling Bite's good. Actually, I mean, it's really the only.
It's only the card.
We're going to be much heavier black than red here, even with Krenko in our deck. But another Krenko command. That's pretty amazing for our deck, actually.
And then we're just hoping to pick up some more Bloodthrone Vampire.
I really want that Fervor to wheel.
Yeah, Fervor would be so good in this deck.
I'd really love that Fervor.
Canyon Minotaur versus
or the Red Ring.
The Red Ring.
It's
It's okay. It's good with Veilborn.
That's in. Well, it actually gives our Krenko haste at that point.
Yeah, I guess we'll play.
Yeah,
that.
the ring is actually very good.
Fire Elemental.
I think Walking Corpse is probably more where we want to be. This looks like it's going to be a little more aggressive. I think with.
I don't know. They're both good.
I think we're going to be heavier black, and having just another double red card is probably not where we want to be.
Nailed it.
And there's the Fervor.
I don't even think this card's that good.
It's not that good, but with Krenko, it's going to be. It could actually be pretty good. So
yeah,
like Hasty Veilborn Ghouls. And we get a Blade
came
back into that deck.
Yeah, this deck looks good so far.
Mm-hmm. This is going to be a pretty exciting deck.
I mean, we already have 23 playables here.
Yep.
And there's some we can cut, obviously, like Strength I don't think we want to play. We might not play Duty Bound
Dead. Yep.
I don't want to play Walking Corpse if I don't have to.
But, yeah.
I guess we'll take.
We are going to want some number of good 2-drops in this. Two-drops in this deck, because this deck is going to be.
I also do not want to play Reckless Brood if I don't have to. But we have a glut of 4-drops. We could even cut the Shade, I think, at this point.
We might be cutting the Mutilate at this point. It just depends on.
Like, it looks pretty even when you look at it this way in red-black.
Mm-hmm. So we have a lot of cards that are going to survive Mutilate, so.
There's certainly a good number.
Well, there's going to be with when you're looking at Veilborn Ghoul, you're looking at possibly a ring on a red creature
or Bloodthrow
Vampire.
We even got a wild guess last. Dang, nobody likes this card.
Which is the poor man's Sign in Blood, which we already have.
I know, but nobody likes it. Mm-hmm. They're both pretty good. I don't know.
Yeah, I've seen
Wild Guess isn't that bad.
I've seen Wild Guess.
Crimson Muck or a second public execution. We even have another bat.
I think we're going to go with the Muckwhacker here, even though with an execution.
Card is so nutty.
Yeah, our deck's This is just gonna help our deck be that much more aggressive.
Fits our curve with a Muckwhacker. Yeah.
And just he's gonna be.
I don't think there was too much else to consider in that pack though.
We just get past another Krenko mob boss.
Dude, another Krenko? We would definitely play Fervor if we had 2 Krenkos.
Yeah. I think Fervor is going to be a decent card in this deck anyway. Just because, the things that... With even stuff like...
Another Duty Bound Dead, Ravenous Rats.
Mark of... I forget what
the Mark, yeah.
The Mark of the Vampire is actually a very good card. It wasn't... I didn't know what to think of it at first, but I've seen that card in play a bunch, and that card has done a lot of things.
We're not playing the Duty Bound Dead we have. I don't think we're playing Ravenous Rats at this point. So we could certainly take this.
I think that, especially with having a Blade Test Spore, having a, I guess he's our one, and a
guy.
and a Bloodhunter Bat, like the couple of evasion dudes we do have.
That seems okay.
It seems that
I'm not sure if it makes the deck right now, but it might. We have a Sands of Delirium.
But I think
Cleaver Riot,
Mog Funkies might be our pick here, though.
Yeah. What do you think of Cleaver Riot?
Cleaver Riot? Actually, I've never played it.
Oh, shit. I took the card.
What'd you take?
I took the Funkies.
Okay, that's okay, yeah.
What do you think of Cleaver Riot?
Cleaver Riot? I've actually never had the chance to play it. Seems a little...
Seems
being a
really
sorcerer, it
situational.
seems really. I don't know exactly how to best utilize that card, or I haven't seen a deck that would really want it. But
It kind of reminds me of that card from Shards that gives
Yeah.
their guy 3/3.
Sandgrite Surge.
Yeah, Sandgrite
which
Surge.
I happen to have the pleasure of losing a PTQ from
Yeah.
21 life in Game 3 in the finals.
It kind of reminds me of that though. Like it's really bad 90% of the time.
Yeah.
But that one time when it's good, it just wins you the
Yeah,
game.
I had the,
So I don't know about
I had
it.
the mass pleasure of taking a Hellkite Overlord Sandgrite Surge
Oh, yeah.
smash to lose a finals of a PTQ. So that's why I think of Cleaver Riot reminds me a lot of that card. I just want to rip it in half. So
I
I
think
think Torch
Fiend
Fiend seems like the pick here. But
this deck's pretty straightforward so far.
Mhm.
It just kind of builds itself. This is actually a legitimate card. I don't know why that's going so.
and Arctic Haven is there too as well.
Yeah, these are
Yikes.
both good. We're not playing Reckless
Brutes,
Brute.
I don't.
I think I want to hate a card. Like we're not gonna play any of this crap.
Wow, that's a lot of blue cards.
So
lot of good
this
ones.
is the worst for our deck, I think.
I think you might be right. Yeah.
This kills Krenko though.
Yeah, but that's okay. Yeah, we can.
But
I mean, if we're looking at hating a card, yeah. I mean, we do have plenty of playables, so I think Arctic Haven is the card if you're
yeah,
if you're hard sent on.
Switcheroo.
Door
Door to Nothingness again.
A lot of
I
good
love
cards.
this guy. All right. More cards we're not playing. We do have an Evolving Wild, so we could actually play Switcheroo with all of our tokens, and it wouldn't be bad.
It's possible. What kind of black?
But we are sort of black heavy with Mutilate.
Let's see.
We could just not play Mutilate in this deck though, and swap out the
possible.
Mutilate for a Switcheroo perfectly fine.
That's possible. Yeah, Switcher. It might not be an unreasonable pick. Yeah, I think that's a card we could definitely play. Like if I mean, we're not
playing-
short on playables here, but
Yeah, I mean we're playing so many tokens and just smaller guys where I think it would be perfectly fine to play that over Mutilate. A lot of cards that are redundant that we don't need. Take a Ripbound Crag.
what's
just
our
rare draft.
what's our type sort? What's our spell? So I mean, Elixir. No, not a lot of spells, I guess, but not a lot of spells.
1, 2, 3, 4. Not many.
Veilborn Ghoul seems. I mean, to have a second Veilborn Ghoul.
That seems like a lot.
Plus, I mean, but there's nothing.
I mean, we could just take.
I mean, a second Volcanic Strength is actually reasonable for the sideboard if we see another red deck.
All right, that's
But,
fair. This card's actually somewhat legit in a control deck.
Yeah, that is.
I've
that
seen
is
people
not
kill
our
them
deck,
with
yeah.
that, but yeah, we could take a third.
Volcanic.
I think we just take.
Yeah, that's not an unreasonable giant monster.
Yeah, this could actually make our deck anyway. So, but this is actually just better.
Mark of the.
Are we gonna play marks? I mean, we already have one.
Yeah, I don't know if we want to.
I think we just take Fire Elemental.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna be. I'd like to avoid any more double red spells because I don't think we're gonna
Yeah.
play it anyway. Because of, I mean, as of right now, Krenko's our only double red card. So, but as far as I mean, I don't think we're gonna play any of these cards as it is.
We just hate the Centaur Courser.
Like I guess
That's the best card in the back. So.
Yeah, like I guess having one mark of the vampire is.
Rare draft.
Yep, take this.
Because I don't think this is
There's
ever
been a
gonna
lot
come
of lands in this.
Yeah.
And none of them are John Catacombs, which is upsetting.
Zombie Goliath.
Yeah.
Or we could just hate this. Actually, this thing's pretty bad.
Yeah,
for us.
we can. Yeah, we can just take the Guardians.
I don't think it really matters at this
Not
point,
really.
honestly. Now we can take our Crater Eyes, which I don't think is making the
We
deck.
could add a third Warclamp Mastiff.
So I think our big question here is if we're gonna go with Mutilate or Switcheroo. Really?
Take the Divination.
No, really.
Yeah, no.
What's
Unsummon is I think a little worse in this set than in this core set than it has been in past core sets, but yeah,
that shouldn't be that late.
12th pick Divination. It's
So I think we have a pretty good deck here. We have 15 creatures with their 2 Krenko commands. But we might not want to play the Reckless Brute right now.
It looks like we might be looking at cutting one card.
It's either Mutilate or Switcheroo. Like, which is actually a more powerful card in this deck, and I think it's Switcheroo.
I think if we, I think we can cut Switcheroo because I think if we have Mutilate, we can set up Mutilate to be good.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. It just seems so counterintuitive with what the deck does. I mean, it is an aggro deck.
yeah, but I feel like that there's going to be some points where that we're going to be like,
Well, let's figure out what we're playing here. So
where
these are
the
all
fuck-
making it in for sure.
Arms, Fervor.
Yeah,
I think I think
probably in.
Fervor is definitely making the cut here. Because of Goblin Battle Adjust.
We're not playing Krenko.
Grappling Blight. Duty Bound Dead might not be unreasonable. Let's see where we're at.
It's not totally
Cinnabat,
unreasonable.
Bloodhunter Bat. Mark is good enough. Play on a Shade.
I'll put that.
Yeah, that's Mutilate, Essence Train, Veilborn, Public Execution.
Alright, so we have 22.
So we have real. We
Put
can.
this out, yeah.
I think looking at
We could easily play the. I'm not totally against Duty Bound Dead.
No, I think. Well,
honestly, it's just
actually
another
think,
creature. Really.
I actually think the I'm not sure how many. The red ring might be actually pretty good in our deck.
We could just play the ring, yeah.
I think the red ring is. We have enough. I think we have enough real red creatures where it's like even if we get into stalemates and it's just sitting on a token like on a Crinkle command token or something and we obviously can.
Here, this is basically the cards that we're looking at. These four
cards for the
and then switcheroo if we weren't playing Mutilate, but move this up.
Switcheroo is also a possible sideboard card where if they have something that we really just can't deal with.
Yeah.
That Switcheroo is a good card if they have some.
So let's take a look at our stats if it'll work. So we're more red than black, but most of our cards are creatures. It says 12-13 on mana cost.
Total colored mana symbols.
Yeah, but we want more black than red if we're playing.
I think we have more red cards, but they're all single colored except for Krenko. And actually, we just have.
We could just not play Evolving Wilds too.
No, I think we have to play. We have to play Evolving Wilds. Yep.
So, the ring doesn't look terrible. It's gonna slow down the deck a little bit to use, but it's gonna make our guys bigger.
You think? Well, actually, in this case, like,
but we already have Fervor for that effect of the haste.
Yeah, like, Duty Bound Dead is that might be the best card in our deck. That might not the best card in our deck, but the best 23rd
card for the deck.
The best 23rd card that we could play. Because it does let us actually let us attack with Mug Flunkies even if we have to, or it lets you it makes Crimson Muckwatter just that much better on the play. It makes Reckless Brute trade up if we have to attack with it. So
I mean the rings are good, and we are mostly red. So it's not the worst. It does also.
How many red creatures? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
9, 10, 11.
11 red creatures.
That's a lot.
Actually, yeah, I think the ring is probably the better card here. It's actually not that untempo-y, like because of how cheap the ring equipment costs are to get onto the creatures.
Yeah. What do you think about a 16 land deck?
Yeah, actually,
because we only have with 3 cards over 5.
We have 2 available and go on Essence Train and
and we have Sign in Blood to draw. It makes the Mutilate slightly worse. Maybe,
I think. Well, it just when most of the time when I'm thinking of 16 land decks is do I need to kind of gamble on the just having a mass quantity of spells, and this might be one of those decks where your games you're gonna like if flooding out could be the worst thing for you.
I don't think you want land in this deck.
I think
you don't want to keep drawing it. Anyway.
Yeah, I think So I think
the only card that cares about land is Veilborn Ghoul.
Yeah. So I think we could play 16 in this. 16 could be reasonable.
I think I'm going to go with 16
I think
on this.
16.
It's going to suggest 8/7 black red, and I think that's perfect. Because we need more black for Mutilate.
So if we played 6 mountains, we technically would hang 7 with Evolving Wilds.
I think 8/7's fine. That's 9/8.
Okay. I don't think it's going to
that's 9/8 basically with Evolving Wilds. So.
Yeah, I think that's okay.
I think
if we draw Krenko, we do want to cast it.
Yeah, we do need the 2 red for Krenko for sure. So I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with 9/8 or 8/7.
Go by converted mana cost. Check our stats one last time. Yeah, this seems fine. All right, well, we'll submit. Go to game 1, I guess.